Hello everyone, Jason Momoa, the beloved actor known worldwide for his fierce presence as Aquaman and his reputation for being one of the most down-to-earth stars in Hollywood, stunned fans and critics alike when he finally revealed the shocking truth about Amber Heard, breaking years of silence that had left millions speculating. And what he shared not only pulled back the curtain on his personal experience working alongside her, but also exposed the intense pressures, toxic politics, and emotional strain that had plagued the set of Aquaman and its sequel, painting a picture that was far more complicated than the glossy red carpets and press junkets had ever suggested. Jason began by addressing the long-standing rumors that he had always defended Amber, rumors fueled by carefully staged images and vague studio statements. And he admitted bluntly that for years he had been forced into a position of neutrality, not because he wholeheartedly supported Amber, but because he was contractually and professionally bound to maintain peace, revealing that the truth was far more painful, as he witnessed firsthand a pattern of disruptive behavior, tension and manipulation behind the scenes, behavior that often turned what should have been a dream project into a stressful nightmare for the cast and crew. And while Jason emphasized that he had no intention of vilifying Amber for the sake of public entertainment, he explained that the world had been shielded from the chaos, with studios bending over backward to protect their billion-dollar franchise, while silencing dissenting voices through non-disclosure agreements, private warnings, and subtle threats of career damage, all of which kept him quiet for years. But now, with no contracts holding him back, Jason unleashed the truth in a raw and emotional confession, explaining that Amber's energy on set was unpredictable, with sudden outbursts, clashes with the crew, and a constant need for attention that often slowed production. And though he initially tried to mediate as a big brother figure, even he found himself drained and questioning how much longer he could tolerate the tension, sharing anecdotes of moments when filming would halt for hours because of conflicts, or when Amber would challenge directors over creative decisions, leading to heated arguments that left the entire cast awkwardly standing by, waiting for resolution. Jason revealed that in private conversations, he had tried to appeal to her sense of professionalism, encouraging her to separate her personal drama from the work. But instead of calming things down, those conversations often backfired, with Amber insisting that she was misunderstood, that everyone was against her, and that the media circus around her legal battles had poisoned even her professional relationships. A claim Jason sympathized with at first, but eventually grew skeptical of, as the same disruptive patterns repeated themselves. He described moments when he would walk on set with his usual upbeat energy, cracking jokes, high-fiving crew members, and trying to lighten the mood, only to be met with icy silence or explosive arguments that left everyone walking on eggshells. And he confessed that while he fought hard to shield the younger crew members from the negativity, there were days when he went home questioning whether his role as Aquaman was worth the personal toll, especially as he felt the studio prioritized protecting Amber's image over creating a safe, respectful work environment, what made. Jason's revelations even more explosive was his claim that Amber deliberately manipulated public narratives, using her ongoing legal battles with Johnny Depp as both a shield and a sword, portraying herself as the victim whenever criticism arose on set, while in reality many around her felt suffocated by the chaos, yet were too afraid to speak out. And Jason admitted that he too stayed silent out of fear, because the studio made it clear that any public negativity could not only derail the films, but also endanger his career, forcing him into what he described as a cage of silence, where every public smile was a mask hiding the storms raging behind the scenes. He went on to say that the weight of protecting the franchise while enduring private turmoil nearly broke him. And though fans adored him for his charisma during the exhaustion in his eyes after long days of damage control, adding that when he finally saw headlines claiming he had been Amber's biggest supporter, he felt betrayed by the studio machine that had twisted his silence into false endorsement. Jason also confessed that many of the rumors that spread online, including whispers that he and Amber were romantically linked, were completely false and deeply insulting, as he prided himself on being faithful to his family and his craft. And he revealed that those lies hurt not only him, but his loved ones, who had to watch tabloids spin stories that had no basis in reality. Expanding further, Jason shared that after the second Aquaman film wrapped, he vowed never again to allow silence to be used against him. And though he knew speaking out now would open him up to criticism, he believed the truth was more important, not only for his peace of mind, but also for the countless crew members who had endured the same toxic environment without the privilege of a public platform to defend themselves, explaining that the film industry has a dangerous habit of protecting its stars at all costs, while sacrificing the well-being of everyone else, a cycle he now refuses to enable. As Jason's confession unfolded, he painted a picture of Amber that was far from the flawless starlet fans saw on magazine covers, describing her as someone deeply entangled in her own battles, often projecting pain and defensiveness onto those around her. And though he said he pitied her at times, he could no longer excuse the way her actions disrupted their work, drained morale, and left scars on the entire team. He recalled a particular day on set when tensions boiled over, describing how Amber clashed with a director so severely that filming was delayed for nearly 6 hours, during which time Jason tried to keep spirits high with jokes and banter, but eventually even he had to admit defeat, retreating to his trailer in frustration, questioning how much longer the production could survive at this pace. And it was moments like these, he said, that convinced him the public deserved to know the truth. When asked whether he believed Amber should continue working in Hollywood, Jason responded carefully, saying that everyone deserves redemption, but redemption only comes with accountability. And in his view, Amber had yet to take full responsibility for the pain caused not only in her personal life, but in her professional environment. And he urged the industry to stop rewarding toxicity with silence, warning that future productions could suffer the same fate if change wasn't demanded. His revelations quickly spread across social media, sparking a storm of debates, with some fans praising his bravery for finally exposing what had long been suspected, while others accused him of waiting until it was convenient to speak. Yet Jason defended his timing by explaining that he had been legally bound and professionally cornered, and only now, free of contracts and studio control, could he tell his story without fear of retribution. What made his confession resonate so deeply was the humanity behind it. The vulnerability of a man who had carried the weight of silence for too long and was now determined to replace false narratives with honesty. And whether people agreed with him or not, his words ignited conversations about accountability, power, and the toxic cycles that Hollywood protects, ensuring that his shocking truth about Amber Heard would not only reshape how fans viewed their on-screen partnership, but also leave an indelible mark on the ongoing dialogue about authenticity, respect, and integrity in an industry built on illusion. Thanks for watching.